head on to the official site of Python, that is python.org, and from there go to the downloads tab. Now, as you can see that Python is made available for Windows, macOS and other platforms. Now mine is Windows. I'll be downloading the latest version of Python, that is Python 3.9.1. But note that Python 3.9 and above cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier versions. So for those who are having Windows 7 or earlier versions, no need to worry, you can download the previous version by following this link. Now in this link you can see that there are lots of previous versions of Python made available. You can download any one of these, but I personally recommend you to download Python 3.8 and above. So go ahead and download. For those who are having the latest version of Windows or Windows 8 and above, no need to worry, you can directly download the Python 3.9 and above from here. Now click on it and that download will begin. Since I already downloaded Python, I won't be doing that again. Now once you have downloaded Python, the installer would look something like this. Now one thing to do here in this setup is to enable add Python to 3.9 to path option. In some case it is already off by default. Now the reason why we need to do this is we are enabling Python to be declared as an environment variable. So the reason for being advantage of being is that we can do pretty much everything that we can do with Python with our command prompt, with the command line interface for Windows, and I think terminal is for Mac OS and Linux. So we can download certain amount of libraries, we can write Python codes using our command prompt. Now don't forget to do this, enable this option, since many of the programmers and coders who begin with Python forget to enable this option and they later struggle in the future. Now once you enable this option, just click on install now and the rest will be handled. So I have already installed it, so I won't be doing that again. Now once you install Python, we need to verify whether Python is installed or not. For that, head on to start and type cmd for command prompt. It's the command line interface for Windows. Now here you need to type Python. Hit enter. Now you can see that Python with my version will be listed here, that is Python 3.8.3. Here you can type any Python code. I'll be simply typing print hello world. Now it will be printing hello world line by line. The reason why it's happening is because in the previous video you might have noticed I mentioned Python being an interpreter language. So that's the main reason why Python reads the code one by one and then executes it. So let's exit this one. Now for those pupils whose this didn't show up, no need to worry. That means that your Python is not enabled into, is not an environment variable, but we can make it an environment variable by simply typing where Python. So this command lists out the directory where Python is installed. So mine is installed in this directory. So you need to simply copy this directory, and after that head on to the start and type environment variable. So once you type environment variable, this option edit the system environment variables needs to be clicked, and after that this dialog box pops up. Now at this in this dialog box, click on environment variable. Now double click on path. Now here we need to paste the directory that we copied. For that, click on new and paste the directory. Now I need to tell you that I have already have my directory pasted here, so I won't be doing that again. And you need to click OK and proceed further. Now with this, you have enabled Python to be an environment variable globally. Now you need to once again verify whether Python is installed. You can do that by following the previous step. Go to command prompt, type Python, and voila, this shows that Python is installed.